Hello, good evening. Good evening to everyone. My name is Oladipo Jude Misole. Shout out to every Chelsea fan. It's a honor to be here again to analyze the Chelsea Football Club versus Manchester United game. This is just a quick post-match analysis. Yeah, it was a game
Match analysis.
full of roller coaster events. Um, we Chelsea started the game very well with a two goal lead, which we somehow bottled the lead and conceded to Manchester United. But we're very grateful for the end result. Um, Thanks to substitution by Coach Mauricio Pochettino that brought in um, Kane Chukwuemeka and Noni Madueke. That was the beginning of the change of the game, and that's led to the magnificent performance by Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer happened to be the hero of the game. Yeah, it's so funny. It looks so weird. A man of the match has been announced as Alejandro Garnacho of Manchester United, and just let me say, in a few seconds, because Chelsea was trailing Manchester United, and the time difference between the third goal and that's the equalizer for Chelsea, and the winning goal was just like 80 something seconds. That's like a minute and 20 seconds. And surprisingly, Chelsea was able to get the winning goal through Cole Palmer, the hat trick hero. And from there, the whole thing changed, and the man of the match also changed from Alejandro Garnacho to Cole Palmer. Well, was it a good performance? It was an interesting game, very exciting one, different from what we watched at Etihad recently. It looked more like an intense game that you want to see top clubs playing. But as a Chelsea fan, I wasn't impressed. I wasn't impressed because we lost our two-goal lead so easily. We it's the I think it's been 1989. 1989 was the last time we played a game and we lost two-goal leads consecutively in 6 games. So we equal that record again. It's a bad record anyway. Now that was what happened today. But I'm excited that we're able to win. So if we look at the previous press conference, post-match conference, I remember Pochettino was criticizing the boys that they didn't put up enough fight, and I think that paid off. They really put on more fight in this game. He criticizing them for not putting enough fight, which really happened to be the reality of what happened. So we are excited that the guys put on enough fight. But should we be losing a lead of two goal? That's unacceptable. Yeah, we can't be leading. We can't be dropping a lead of two goals. Two goals. That's not good. We need to work on that. We also need to see what can be done between Badiashile and Disasi. Both of them seems to be very prone to some costly errors when they play together. But it was very amazing to see. So tonight will just be going through the game, going through the statistics, and see the new turn of events that came up as a result of that game. Um, so uh, finally, it seems Chelsea is going to be getting a player that would score 20 goals in this season since the departure of Diego Costa. Diego Costa was the last player who achieved that for us. Now it seems we are closer to it. Cole Palmer has like 14 goals now. Hopefully, he can get at least 6 more before the end of the season. And then we'll break that jinx of not having a player that will have scored 20 goals in a season. The highest we've had since Diego Costa was Tammy Abraham. I think he had about 16 thereabouts. So we hope that gets better. So Coach Pochettino confirmed that he discusses whatever he has to say with his players. So whatever he has to say in press conference, that he discusses it with his players, especially when it concerns them, before going for a press conference. So that's good to know. So if he's going to criticize them, they already know, oh, the gaffer is going to criticize us. So which is, I think, I find that very good development. So in today's game, Manchester United had the lead. They looked like the winner until the 99.17 minutes. That is the latest time any club has held the lead in Premier League, and then eventually did not win. So Manchester United, they got a bad record today. They broke a bad record today. So and then Cole Palmer's goal came at 100 minutes and 39 seconds. That was the latest winning goal in record since 2006, 2007 season. That meaning that's the latest time a goal came in the Premier League since 2006-2007 season. So and then Cole Palmer also became the third youngest player to score a hat trick in the English Premier League. He's trailing Romelu Lukaku, who was 20 years as at 2013 playing for Manchester United, and David Bentley, who was 21 years old, 21 years, 115 days old in 2006. So I think Cole Palmer is already some couple of days older than David Bentley as at that time, as at now, sorry, compared to that time. So Cole Palmer's equalizing goal and the winning goal had about 81 seconds apart. So that was really, really fast. In fact, when I was watching the game, I saw the equalizer, which was a penalty after Noni was brought down. I saw when he put it behind the net, and my stream was buffering. And then by the time he came back, I saw the players jubilating again. I was like, did we score another goal? And lo and behold, I saw it was 4-1. So I saw it was 4-3, sorry. That was very exciting, 81 seconds apart. So that was like the fastest winning goal in a while. So Chelsea became the first top club to have lost a 2-goal lead in 6 consecutive games in all competition. And then guess who had that bad record the last time? It happened 35 years ago, and it was still the same Chelsea Football Club that would be leading a game 2-0, and eventually would still lose the game. So we hope we get off making all these bad records. So looking at the game, we had Raheem Sterling came in for. Okay, first of all, in the 4th minute, Conor Gallagher got his fourth goal in the first minute, in the fourth minute. That was very, very fast, quite fast though. And then Cole Palmer got the second one through a penalty in the 19th minute. And Alejandro Garnacho of Manchester United got the first goal for Manchester United on the 34th minute. And then Bruno Fernandes got his second one for Manchester United to keep the game level at the 39th minute. So the first half ended two goals with a 2-goal draw. At the end, that was high ended at the first half, and then in the 67th minute, when the second half began, same Alejandro Garnacho scored the second goal. He got a brace in the game, and the game continued with a lot of intensity. Chelsea doing a lot of mass attack. Manchester United trying to defend. Sometime again, Chelsea tries to defend. It was a game that was very interesting. If I was watching that game in the stadium, I would have felt very entertained and felt that my money was well spent compared to what happened between Arsenal and Manchester City at the Etihad. That was a very boring game. So it was a very interesting game to watch between the two clubs. And considering the fact that Chelsea have not won Manchester United since 2018 in the Premier League, it was a good win. Chelsea, the last time Chelsea beat Manchester United was 2021 in an FA Cup game. So Chelsea has not won Manchester United since 2018 in a Premier League game. So that was a very good win. And so Sterling, for substitution, Raheem Sterling came in for Mykhailo Mudryk at the 71st minute. Mykhailo Mudryk also had a very fantastic game. He was relatively good today. And Kani Chukwuemeka came in for Moses Caicedo at the 71st minute. And Moses Caicedo, after making that error that led to the second goal, it was also very okay that he was substituted. One thing I want in the Chelsea team is for us to have a situation whereby no player will feel that he cannot be substituted. Or I don't want us to have that situation where we feel a particular player has the right to play. For you to have the right to play consecutively, you have to be putting in that performance. Errors have to be avoided, unnecessary errors have to be avoided. So I was impressed with the fact that Caicedo was substituted today. I think it will also be the person who substituted him came in and Chukwuemeka came in, though he wasn't playing the same position. I think Enzo Fernandez had to drop deeper, and then Kani Chukwuemeka was operating much more forward. And he too came in and did quite well, tormenting the Manchester United defense. So it was a very good one. And then Alfie Gilchrist also came in, and at the 75th minute. So Trevor Chalobah came in also for Axel Disasi at the 75th minute. Axel Disasi really worked hard today. He worked very, very hard today, and though a little bit of error, but relatively he took charge. He did. He was all over the place and blocking shots and all that. So Trevor Chalobah for Axel Disasi at the 75th minute. Noni Madueke at the 89th minute to replace Conor Gallagher. That was also a very good substitution. He coming on the pitch, he was able to win the penalty that got us level with Manchester United. So, and Cole Palmer, the penalty he won when he was brought down in the 18-yard was converted by Cole Palmer at exactly 101 minutes. So, and then by the 102nd minute, Cole Palmer got the winning goal. So, which was the game changer. The most fascinating thing was the fact that a man of the match was already announced, and then they had to change it because already it looked like Manchester City had won, Manchester United, sorry, had won the game. So the good takeaway from today's game was the fighting spirit. Um, the fighting spirit. The fighting spirit was very, very good. Um, I was very impressed with the way they played, with the way they fought. Though I was unimpressed with the way they lost. They lost the 2-0 lead. We shouldn't be doing was that they were able to turn it around, and when they turn it around, we can only but appreciate them, because it wasn't an easy it wasn't an easy encounter. So we also had for the football possession, it was 56% to Chelsea and 44 to Manchester United. So we kept the ball to ourselves more, and I would say relatively we, on an average, we used the ball quite well, even though we're careless with it at some point. But then overall, we did well with the ball. So shots on target, we had 10 shots on target. Manchester United had 5 shots on target. So we had 12 corner kicks. Manchester United had 3. So I think shots on target and corner kick is an indication that we were how do I put it? We for the fouls, for the fouls, we had 7 fouls. Manchester United committed 15 fouls. And I'm surprised how Manchester United committed 15 fouls and there was no yellow card. And then Chelsea had 7 fouls, and then we got about 3 yellow cards. Manchester United didn't get no yellow card. So that's quite surprising, how that happened. Moses Caicedo got his own after he was already substituted. So sometimes players need to be very careful not to concede unnecessary cards. You were already off the pitch and you got a card. It would have been so crazy if he had lost his opportunity to be able to play the next game because of that. So yellow cards, 3 to Chelsea, 0 to Manchester United. Throw-ins, Chelsea had 11 throw-ins, Manchester United had 13. Crosses, Chelsea crossed the ball 18 times, Manchester United 11. Counter attacks, Chelsea had 7 counter attacks, Manchester United had about 15 counter attacks. So thank you very much, Coach. Big up to you, Coach Ila. Thanks for stopping by. Really appreciate you. The goalkeeper saves. Chelsea goalkeeper saved 2 balls, and then Manchester United goalkeeper saved 6. So meaning the Manchester United goalkeeper was under more pressure than Chelsea goalkeeper. So there were 11 goal kicks for Chelsea and 6 goal kicks for Manchester United. So to the player ratings, Petrovic, like I said, Petrovic saved 2 balls. So possibly there was not really much for him to do, though he considered 2 goals. But then there was not too much of saving for him to do. According to the rating from LiveScore. So Chelsea will look to sign a more commanding keeper in the summer. Well, for me, I don't think that is really important. Petrovic is quite good. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, thank you, Coach. You are driving. Thank you for listening. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, so Petrovic is very at least is growing. He's growing with the crop of players that we have. So I think he can only get better. And signing another goalkeeper according to the recommendation of LiveScore, I think is not really necessary for now. We have other areas where we would need to spend money. So Petrovic 6/10. Malo Gusto, he was rated as Chelsea's best performing defender for today. He was described as being solid in the back line and linked up nicely with Palmer in the attack. He is once again ensuring that James' absence is not too keenly felt. Well, that's subject to different opinion, but he's stepping up really well. So Malo Gusto was rated 6/10. Axel Disasi 5/10. Reason why LiveScore rated him 5/10 was because he made some important tackles and blocks in the defense, but shot himself in the foot with some bad touches here, and positional play was taking up 15 minutes from the end of the game. Yeah. So Benoit Badiashile 4/10. He was described as he seems anonymous at times. His positioning was suspect as he and Disasi were cut apart time after time, although the midfielder ahead of them doesn't provide much protection. Absolutely correct. Midfielders wouldn't give them enough protection. And then I have my reservation about combination of both of them. It will have been good if both of them are able to team up and play very well. But both of them do drop some stinker of errors one way or the other, and it's unfortunate. So hopefully, let's see if Wesley Fofana can get better and be able to join them and see what will happen. And then we also still have Levi Cowell, who is also recovering. So Marc Cucurella, while he won a couple of battles with Anthony and earned his team a penalty, the Spaniards still look a bit suspect in defense, especially as the Brazilian landed some shots of his own in the second half. So Cucurella got 5/10 in the rating. So in the midfield, Moses Caicedo got 3/10. So if he got 3/10 and he was substituted about I think he came off around 89th minute or so, or no, 71st minute. So that's one thing the coach has to improve upon. A player that was rated 3/10 and you let him be on the pitch till the 71st minute, that's not good enough. So he looks a completely different player from the one that could do no wrong at Brighton for nearly 18 months. Inexplicably gave the ball away, and seconds later Garnacho made it 2-1, and all night he was errant in position. A really poor display. So for Enzo Fernandez, 5/10, that's average. Was sloppy on the ball on multiple occasions, and like Caicedo, is not hitting the heights many expected him. He actually looked better when the Ecuadorian left the pitch, perhaps highlighting the fact that they struggle playing alongside one another. Yeah, somebody mentioned this today. A Manchester United fan, forgotten his name, on Chelsea Perspective today when after during the post game review on Space, somebody said a Manchester United fan said Enzo and Caicedo together, but both of them are not really compatible. They are not really doing well together. So, and I think I agree with the observation of Live Score. Said that Enzo was doing better after Caicedo was taken off. So, like, I remember the guy saying specifically that both of them were doing the same thing. Both of them are trying to do the same thing, and that that's like confusion. So he said he actually looked better when the Ecuadorian left the pitch. Perhaps highlight the fact that they struggle playing together. So the coach has to watch that. So the combination of Enzo and Caicedo might really not be good. So maybe he could try Enzo and somebody else and let both of them do different things at the same time. So Conor Gallagher was rated 6/10. Um, Chelsea starts to the game with a goal and energetic performance, but could only watch on as his team left United back into the contest. His influence faded as the game wore on. Yeah, Gallagher's influence faded as the game progresses. So on the attack, Cole Palmer, 10/10. So the hat trick hero. So says a solo display belayed his years, two penalties and 120, 101st minute winner. So some people want to talk down on goals that is coming from penalty. But if you look at it, it's not easy to score penalty. We've seen very big players losing penalty. Messi lost quite some number of penalties against Chelsea. He only started scoring against Chelsea when Chelsea was in a very bad form. Even penalties, he didn't get to score. So I respect players that are able to score penalties. Cole Palmer is able to stand up even in an intense game with a lot of confidence, and he still puts the ball behind the net. So far, he has 100% of penalty. When he was to play the second one, I was just telling myself, "Hey, Cole, this is not the time for you to break your 100% record. We have to get the equalizer," and he did just that by putting it behind the net. So Nicholas Jackson, 6/10, threatened Harry Maguire and Varane with his pace and direct lines in the first half, but didn't offer enough in the second. So Nicholas Jackson didn't really do well in the second half. So Mihailo Mudryk, 6/10, looked relatively sharp on the left wing, and played a nicely weighted pass to Cucurella just before the Spaniard won the Blues their penalty. So, and was a bit lightweight at times, however. So a shout out to Cucurella too, who was able to win the penalty that gave us uh, the second goal. So among the forwards, Raheem Sterling got 5/10, was energetic but ineffective when he came on. So Sterling was energetic but ineffective. I think Sterling needs to really step up his game for the kind of wage he's on, for the number of years of experience he has in the Premier League. He's supposed to be like somebody that is anchoring the team, but he's not living up to that. I think he has to really improve himself. Sterling has to improve himself and try to do better. So Kani Chukwemeka, 5/10. He came in at Chukwemeka came in on the 71st minute. So his touch was heavy when introduced into the match, but nearly won it at the dead with a deflected strike. Yeah. So Trevor Chalobah, 6/10, made Chelsea's defense a little more solid when he came on. Alfie Gilchrist, 7/10. When it looked like all hope was lost, he showed good skill and pace to get away from Dalot and win his team a penalty in the 96th minute. Oh, sorry. Alfie Gilchrist was very little, had very little of the ball when it came on. Yeah, sorry about that. So Alfie Gilchrist's rating was not available. He had very little of the ball. Yeah. So Noni Madueke, 7/10. So when it looked like all hope was lost, he showed up, good skill and pace to get away from Dalot, and he won his team the penalty in the 96th minute. Yeah, that's one thing I love about Noni. I love that about him. Players that can really take their man on and are skillful. When it looks like a team is solid in defense, those players are capable of winning penalties because when they dribble, sometimes you have no option than to bring them down. So Mauricio Pochettino, the coach, was rated 6/10. Watch his team under pressure. The manager failed to arrest his team's slide after the break. However, the Madueke substitution worked well, and Palmer's magic spared the blushes. At least he didn't take off Palmer. Sometimes the coach will take on the person that is really doing well. He left Palmer on the pitch. He brought on Madueke and Chukwuemeka. Those guys added some spices to the attack because at some point it looks like the attack was blunt. So it was a very exciting game. I'll rewatch the game again. It's one of those games that you can watch again, and I hope the coach also do the same and see some certain key observation about the fact that the incompatibility of Moses Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez into this game. Both of them were in each other's spaces and they couldn't really achieve much. So I hope he learned some very important lesson from that so that doesn't reflect in our next game. Yeah, the 4-2-3-1 formation was fantastic and it was very good until the boys lost, until they gave the lead away to Manchester United and it was level. And they stepped up in the second half and it ended well. So congratulations to all Chelsea fans. Also, shout out to Manchester United fans. It was a very exciting game. We wish you all the best in your next encounter. As far as it's not against us, I know it's not against us though. So Chelsea, there's hope in this team. There's hope in this team. We've played the top four. We haven't won any top four game until now. We drew Liverpool and lost another game to them. Then Arsenal, we drew Arsenal. We drew Manchester City in both home and away, 4-4 and 1-all draw. And then Tottenham Hotspur. Well, Tottenham is not. They are coming up. They just occupy the space by circumstance. They are not confirmed top yet. So I hope Chelsea is able to keep it up and get some much more level of consistency. We need that consistency as we approach the end of the season. We need to finish in a better position in preparation for next season so that at least we can land ourselves in UEFA. If we get a UEFA slot, maybe either by winning FA Cup or by finishing maybe top 6 or top 7, then we'll be able to our players will be able to have some opportunities to rotate, which is also very, very important. They need to be able to rotate. So, yeah, with that, I'd like to bring the show to an end. Congratulations to Chelsea fans once again. It was an exciting moment. It was an exciting match. It had its up and down, but it ended well. So we can only hope for a better encounter against Sheffield United on Sunday. I will be coming up with a a preview for the game, and then as usual, you will see the predicted lineup uploaded on the YouTube Shorts like we had for this one. So please help us like the videos, the YouTube Shorts, the live stream, and help us like them and subscribe to the channel. Yeah, a lot of people view the YouTube the YouTube Shorts, the short videos. Sometimes some of them get up to 400 views, and the channel is still on 52 subscribers. Please help us. Just help us. Click the subscribe button when you watch the video and you like them, and just help us to grow the channel. We really appreciate it. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Coach. I really appreciate you for showing up at least and then watching the show. Um, I guess I guess you enjoy yourself too with the game. So until until Saturday when we come up with the match preview show, and then watch out for the predicted lineup for the Saturday game, for the Sunday game as well. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night. God bless you all.